Hey friends, it is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on this Sunday afternoon. If you are watching this, you're most likely on the replay, so hashtag replay, let us know that you're here. I hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend. We're going to work on a couple projects today, so bear with me on the time. We might run a little bit over today, but there's still going to be fantastic projects, so hopefully we'll give you some inspiration. So as you're coming on, let me know you're here, let me know where you're watching from, and like I said, hashtag replay if you are on the replay. And we're going to do some fun projects today, guys. I'm going to hopefully give you some tips and tricks for some things, and we're going to make some really fun stuff. So as you're popping on, say hello. Hey, Luann, how are you? And Karen, I can see y'all on here, so I guess we are good to go. So today we are going to be doing some stencils from the new Mother's Day Mother's Day collection that is available. Hey Erin, hey Becca, we're gonna work on some of the bunnies for a more neutral, not necessarily Easter look, and those are available again at Essential Stencil, and then we're gonna use some Decoupage papers from Decoupage Central. So fun things today, guys, so come on in and say hello. Hello Marilyn, hello Kimberly, happy Sunday, guys. Yeah, we're gonna do some fun stuff, I hope. I decided last minute what I wanted to do today. So one of the things that I want to do for sure is use these bunnies, of course. And then I haven't done one in a while, guys. So I want to do, out of the Mother's Day words, out of the new Essential Stencil, hey Lori, I'm going to take, I had mentioned the encouraging words that weren't necessarily for, didn't have to be for Mother's Day. So we're going to use those on a book that we could give anyone, gift, all those good things. Hey Trula, good to see you. Hey Barb, how are you today, my friend? So I want to show you that even though it does have some Mother's Day things, that this might be an idea for a Mother's Day gift or a friend gift, but just pulling out different words to make this work. I know the bunnies are so cute, guys. They are back in stock. If you haven't gotten these, don't think just Easter. And the reason I'm saying this is because I have a set going to a daycare nursery center. So think other outside the box besides Easter for these bunnies. Hey Joyce Ann, hello Luann, I hope you're having a good day. Hey Kathy. So we're gonna get started because like I said, we've got a lot planned. I may go over the hour today, but we are on my page. I am feeling good today for the first time in like 5 days because I kind of felt blah. I had a headache, all those things. So yay, awesome Tina. Hey Tracy. So what I'm referring to on the words, Essential Stencil in the Mother's Day collection came out with, I think it's 20 words in that set. Hang on, let me see, let me make sure. Yes, 20 words with that. Hey Penny. Oh, thank you Kimberly. Hey Eva. So some of the words that are in there are Happy Mother's Day, Cat Mom, Bonus Mom, A Mother's Love, Mama, all those things. But also in that set, we have the words as, thank you Marilyn. Hey Carol. We have kind, loving, caring, beautiful, encouraging. So I am thinking journal. That is what I think when I see these words, is journal. So the first thing we're going to do is, this book is a little bit skinnier than the other books that I used before. I see it's not as thick as it was the other ones were. And, you know, we can write all kinds of things in here, but I was going to do a small piece of word with these words, but when I saw this, I was like, I want to do a little type journal with it. Put bunnies on lace pattern. That will be pretty. That's what I'm saying. The bunnies are, y'all, I'm all over the place. I'm so excited because I'm feeling better. But the bunnies can be all year round. Think newborns, nurseries, daycares, a child's room. I love bunnies all year round. So, you know, spring, all the things. Don't just think Easter on those bunnies. Hey, Marcy. Yes, I am feeling so much better. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get this prepped because I am going to put some Decoupage paper down before I put the words. So this is going to be a pretty book, guys. And like I said, we can use it for inspirational quotes, daily motivations, all those things, just to have it in one place. Y'all, I still haven't gotten a FIFO bottle from this. I'm surprised it has not dried out yet, but it is on my list this week. Yes, thank you, Erin. I just had, why do we have two? Y'all, this is my day. Can you tell I washed my brushes in the bathroom? I have toothpaste on my brush. That's a new one. How that happened, I'm not sure. So we'll use a different brush. But yeah, I just had like a headache all week, and then just, I don't know, y'all. It was, my stomach was messed up, so I'm not real sure what was going on. But I'm going to go ahead and paint this because, like I said, I'm going to put some decoupage paper on it. You can paint these books. Hello from Iowa. How are you? Happy Sunday, Renee and Cheryl. Good to see y'all. So, like I said, we're just going to put down this coat so we can really see our decoupage paper. If you don't want to use decoupage paper, you can just paint it however you want. You could use the really pretty lace stencils, or the, oh, what were they called? Y'all help me out. The flourish corners, all those things. I do know those are sold out except for the bundles right now, guys. And I have a feeling they will have more soon. I think those sold out a little bit quicker than they intended on that. Yeah, extra texture on the paintbrush for sure. I am in East Texas, and I know Deb is not talking to me, but I am in East Texas in case you are new. Hey, Carrie. I know I was reading that question and I saw the top of it and then I saw the reply after. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all have ever done a live, y'all will understand. Comments go by, you catch part of them, and they're about a 30-second delay. So sometimes you're a little bit behind on the comments. I think, y'all, I try to be like neat and just do it up to that corner. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to paint the whole, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I'm trying to decide how I want to apply my decoupage paper on here. And y'all, I did get my fine line crackle in, so we're going to use that on our bunnies too. So y'all can see that with the product that actually works, because y'all seen me use it before, mixing them together, and because I didn't have all that I needed. So let's just put this on here. It doesn't have to be beautiful because we're going to cover it up, but I just want to make sure I got it on there. Oh, Carol, I'm sorry, but we are live. You are here. I can see you. Hey, Liz. So did everybody have a good weekend? We had Friday night after I got off of the live. It was about 20 minutes later. My phone started going off with tornado warnings. So luckily nothing touched down. A tornado warning just means they've spotted rotation for sure over your area, but nothing touched down here. We had a couple really windy storms the middle of the night, and then yesterday was like a drizzle, and today it's much cooler. So I don't know what's up with our weather for April, but that's one thing I don't like about spring here is the storms. We get some doozy of storms, but we are good. Thank you, Teresa. Hey, Mary. All right, so all we've done is just paint one layer of paint on this book. I get them on Amazon, and like I said, this is thinner than the other books that I had. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it is a lot thinner. So we've got that on there. Let me find, because like I said, we're going to do a couple different projects, so I'm going to get one started, move to the next project, come back, all those good things. I hope I have enough pen tart. I'm not sure if I do. We may have to switch to Mod Podge here in a second. All right, guys, let's see. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to use some stencils. We're going to use this pretty, y'all know I love my vintage flower paper. Oh, Cheryl, let me tell you. So we are definitely going to use this today. I do want a lot of flowers on here, though, so I am going to use most of the paper where it's not going to be reusable, but it's going to be pretty. Hey, Sharon, how are you? All right, so I'm just going to, that can be, I just need this one over here. So I'm just going to crease it. Because I don't do, when I do my decoupage papers on the books, guys, I go right here to this edge, and the reason being you're opening and closing and opening and closing, and I don't want to wear out that decoupage paper here on the binding part of that book, so I just go right up to the edge. And I am going, you could do it absolutely straight cut or fuzzy. I think it's called fuzzy cut. Did I say that right, y'all? I'm going to go right up right up to that and make sure I got high enough. Just gonna take my fingernail. Right, Laura, today will be interesting. What can we get on our shirt today? I don't know if y'all watched me when I wore this on the Essential Stencil page and I had my apron on and I'm all like, we are good. We're not going to have any issues. Is there even any water in here? I don't think there's any water in here. And I splurted it all on me. Is that even a word? Splurted it. I spilled it all on me and it got all on my apron, but none of it got on the shirt. Okay, so if you have these water pens, they open the opposite direction than you think, and all you do is you pour the water in there. I'm almost out of my little water bottle in here. Pour the water, and then put the top back on the opposite direction that you think it goes on. Oh no, Cheryl, that's horrible. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I think it's pretty too. I think this is the last that I have of the vintage papers. So I'm going to have to order some more. And I just got an order in yesterday. Hello, Heather. I saw you on the page earlier on some lives. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I'm making a mess. I am not your typical plan crafter. I do what I feel like I want to do. So sometimes it's not all put together. Hey, Lisa. Okay. I was nervous I didn't have it in the right place. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my water pen and I'm just going to come down my paper with my water pen. Like I said, if you wanted a straight edge, there are tools for that. I am just going to do a little rough frayed edge look. So I'm just going to take my paper. And y'all, all rice papers are not the same. I love Jonelle's papers at Decoupage Central, which you'll know that if y'all follow me. They're very sturdy and easy to work with. Yes, they will be, Cheryl. I am surprised that you do not have a notification yet, in all honesty. But like I said, I think they probably sold more than they anticipated selling in the first 24 hours. So hopefully it will be out within the next day or two for you, because I know they are ready to ship. All right, so I've just got my little fuzzy cut there. We're gonna see a little bit of the paper, but not much, guys. It's gonna be really pretty. Now, since we're doing it on this book, I can use my sander around the rest of the book and we're gonna be fine. So I am going to apply some Pentart varnish and glue. You can use Mod Podge, doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. I like using this for rice paper because it is thicker than regular Mod Podge, but it's all about personal preference. Whatever works for you, what's in your budget, all the things, guys. All the things. Oh, guys, I almost forgot to say, I am gifting some more Dollar Tree frames today. Hey, Cheryl. So a set of oval and square. So make sure to comment on the live and on the replay. And we'll choose one after the live. And then in about 24 hours, we'll choose somebody on the replay. All right, guys, let's get this down pretty close to what I want. Rice paper you can lift up maybe 1 or 2 times and it's going to be fine. Okay, and then I'm just going to smooth this down on my book. I'm going to bring it over just a little bit. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm going to take a shop towel. You can take a brush. I don't see... I have a chip brush right here. What am I talking about not seeing one? And just kind of go over it with the brush just to make sure if there's any wrinkles or anything like that. And then what I will do, if I have a little bit of that extra fuzzy right here, I will apply that Mod Podge over that. Hey, Carol. Yes, ma'am. What kind of crackle do I use? This is not going to be your typical crackle that you get for a crackle look. This is going to be a fine line crackle that I'm going to use, guys. Hey, Jennifer. How are you? So, this is going to be Fine Line Crackle by Pentart. And the thing with their fine line crackle, guys, just to let you know, I'm going to kind of dry this real quick while I'm talking. On their fine line crackle, you're not going to see the fine line crackle until you put some type of wax on top of it, or some type of, I've used eyeshadow before. I know that sounds weird, but just something in those cracks. You're not going to see them. They're kind of invisible to the eye. I get all of my rice paper at Decoupage Central. If you'll do an exclamation DC, like as in Decoupage Central, so DC, I know I have an accent, it'll take you over to all of the fantastic papers. You know, Erin, I thought the same thing. I was kind of surprised. I mean, not that they don't have good products and stuff, but I mean, it was like less than 24 hours. I did get the books on Amazon. I think you get 6 in a pack. I can put the link, or if somebody is on here that has used them before from me, might be able to put a picture of where they are. Okay, guys, so this is a 80 grit. It's a lower grit. It's more fine. It helps get off papers and stuff like rice papers a lot easier. I'm like, why can I not? I normally don't have this much left. Let me get some of this off. I'm having issues because there's a lot left. Because normally I'll kind of take some of it off. It's like I need an area to work with here. Hey Pamela, how are you? Okay guys, so now that we've got some people on here, did y'all get the bundles? Did y'all get individuals? What were y'all most excited about in the Essential Stencil launch? So I'm just kind of going right up to it, but I'm still going to sand the excess off. Now with this being a book, I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I sand it with the lower grit. You're always going to want to go in a downward motion, not up and down. So you're going to take this and you're just going to go in the downward motion. And like I said, since this is a very low grit paper, we're going to be very gentle in our downward motion. We're not taking it and scraping down really, really hard. We're just lightly getting those edges. And you want to make sure that it's dry from your initial coat of Mod Podge on the underneath, because you don't want to rip your paper up in here. And if it's not dry, that will happen. You'll tear it. So like I said, if I have any little wispies, I will just use my pen tart and get that down. Hey Judy, how are you? Okay, Mary, don't be frustrated, because I have a feeling if you're ordering individual things and not the bundle, I have a feeling they will be bringing back some of the individuals in the next week or so. I say week, probably 2 weeks. So don't get discouraged if you go on there and stuff is sold out, because I know the memorials sold out individual, the lace, and the flourishes. So some of those did sell out. And it was quick. All right. I was like, I don't know why I'm trying to hold this so y'all can see me take off the rice paper. Y'all don't care how I take that off, do y'all? Long as it gets off the book. Hey Jeannie, how are you? You ordered the bundle, Marilyn? Yay. Well, pre-orders for the bundle is going to be while supplies last, and it's supposed to end Friday at midnight. So it's going to be interesting to watch and see if those sell out earlier than anticipated as well. Okay, there's one more little spot. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to put, this is so pretty. Just if we wanted to leave it like this, so pretty. Then the extra little wispies that I have, I will apply them with my pen tart to hold it down, glue it down. And remember, when you're going over your rice paper, light motions. If you get any bubbles, just heat it up, because, and I always forget to explain this to y'all, but we're using a water-based product on Decoupage rice paper, which is it's a type of paper. So you got to think about it, guys. You're doing a water-based product on paper. You see what I'm saying? So it may get bubbles and wrinkles in the second state, just because it is a form of decoupage paper. So it's not like it's a plastic or anything like that. So I'm just getting these little wispies up here. Hey Jen, how are you? Oh, thank you for using my code, Erin. Like I've said a million times, I can't ever see who uses my code, but I do greatly appreciate it. I think there were like maybe 30 of y'all that did, so I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the stars, Beverly. One little spot I want to get off, and it's still wet, so I'm going to kind of pull it. Okay. Very lightly. And if you wanted to use this as the back side, I know we put it on the right direction, so this wouldn't be a good thing. But if you wanted to paint the front and then do the letters on the front and then use this as the back cover, you can. Oh, you know what we have? Guess what? I don't want to say bird. I don't know if it's a bird. It's a flying animal, so it would be a bird, right? Y'all help me out. Guess what kind of bird we have right now at our house that's trying to make a nest? I'm just really coating this pretty good, guys. Y'all can see that, but I'm really putting a lot of good thin coats on here because I really want it to be good quality. You haven't seen the small one? Are you talking about the small book? I have one for my passwords, y'all. I know that sounds weird, but I have to have so many new passwords and change my passwords all the time that I have one of these that I have as a password book. So I'm just going to come in here and really just glue down those wispies. And like I said, you could have done a straight line, but I like that look. No, blue jays are pretty. I don't think y'all will even guess it. Because I even had to ask Terry, I'm like, what is that noise that woke me up this morning? You are right, Becca. It is a dove. We have a dove that is trying to build a nest, or whatever it's called for doves, on top of our chimney. And Terry said he was out mowing this morning and he said it's bouncing from house to house trying to figure out where it's gonna do it. But yeah, a dove. And it was here last year, guys, so it came back. Y'all all did get it. Doves. All right, I'm just making this good, making sure this is good and dry, because we're gonna stencil on top of it. Now, I did seal it before we stenciled. You don't have to seal it before you stencil. Oh, and I was gonna tell y'all too, if you use a lot of decoupage, Mod Podge, like I just did, when you're done, set something on top of your book so all the moisture and stuff will sit flat. Yes, they came back for sure. Okay. Was this my, which brush was this? That's my Mod Podge brush. Okay. Right? I know. It woke me up this morning though. Okay. Where did I put, there it is. There's my, I was like, where did I put my white brush? I wanted to make sure I didn't have it where I was going to mess something up. All right, guys. So my words, where did I put the words I wanted to use? Y'all, I've been slinging. There's the words I want to use. I got Mod Podge all over that, or the Pintart. Okay. Jeez. Get it together, Melissa. Yes. Yeah, so you want to put that on there so it lays flat. Definitely. Because it's still kind of wet. I mean, I put a good amount on there. I might want to come back and start on the other project and come back to this one. You had doves that like to nest in your cherry tree. I want a cherry tree. I want a lemon tree. I've always wanted a lemon tree too. My grandparents had orange trees. out in Arizona. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna add some inspirational words on here. So we're gonna do loving, caring. Let me do kind up here. Let me see how I want to put these on here. I know I want to do encouraging right at the bottom because it kind of goes really good right there. And then we're going to do beautiful like this. So we got 5 on here. Let's do, and also there's one that says Happy Mother's Day. You could just use the word happy. That would work too if you wanted to. And if we wanted to, we could stack them. I'm just trying to figure out how I want my words on here. I'm gonna do that one straight. I'm gonna kind of do these in an angle and like that, I think. I'm just worried about, y'all know me and my extra space here. So let's do this. We're gonna do the top word straight, and then we're gonna do still gonna have, oh, you know what, y'all? Hang on. Stand by. I forgot. I wanted to use a Totally Dazzled too. I say I do. May not. That one would go. Okay, there we go. A little heart. So that little heart can go right in my little empty space. Okay, I'm satisfied now. Yeah, you could do them however you wanted to do them, but I like things, especially when I'm doing things like this. That way it doesn't look, if I do make a mistake and don't get something completely straight, it looks like I did it on purpose. So now I have to decide if I want to put this right here. Y'all, it's all about the design, right, guys? All about, let's do caring, loving, kind, and beautiful. We're going to do it like that. And I'll decide if I want my heart on there or not. Okay. We're going to get started. What color should we do it in? I'm thinking brown. What do y'all think? Brown? Brown sound good? Where are my plates? Oh, where are all my paper plates at? I got my bunnies. Y'all, I had a whole thing of paper plates. I wonder if Terry took them to warm up dog food. Well, we're going to use this nasty looking plate because I don't see my other plates. Yes, we got it for our wedding. We got that as a gift. Thinking brown. Hey, Kay, how are you? Are you working this weekend? All of this is dry, so don't let it alarm you. It is dry. All that paint is dry. I don't like that brush. I'm so funny about my brushes, y'all. If y'all watch me, you know what I'm talking about. I always fill my brushes before I start stenciling. Oh, what my favorite is from the set. You know, I haven't answered that because I keep flip-flopping. But I'm going to have to say my favorite thing is probably, I'm going to have to say the borders, the lace borders. Crafting this weekend and show. Okay, so since we have a brush that may go over in spots, I'm just going to take this, and like I said, we're going to do this kind of fun. So we're just going to lay this down, and that way we don't have to tape anything because we are on our decoupage paper. Because we don't, if it's not dry and we lay that tape down, guys, sometimes it can pull that paper up. So I've got some on my little finger right here. I'm just gonna make sure it's dry. I'm gonna do 2 coats. That's what your glass plate looks like. Gosh, y'all, I'm telling y'all. I took yesterday off, and I should have probably done a million different things, but I didn't. So I got a lot to do today, but that's okay. There's still many hours left in the day. And then we're just gonna pull that straight up. And then we're gonna put this one. And y'all watching this today will probably see a reel of me doing the same thing because I want to make some of these for gifts for Mother's Day. So, for my friends and stuff. I love to give things and give people things. So, yeah, I will definitely be making some more of these. Like I said, I'll probably have to order some more floral papers. But that's okay. I'm sure Jonelle will not mind that. You thought it would be the lace in the corners. Y'all, I've had so many. I love the crafting ones. Absolutely adore those. I think they are so cute. And I love the large lace with the small lace. But y'all know I love texture. Kind of angle it a little bit like that. I know the words are backwards, guys. Terry and I were talking about that before the live. It is an issue because when you use words because you can't read them because they're backwards. But we are just gonna embrace the Facebook changes for now and hope that one day they add it back just as quick as they took away our ability to flip. So, yes, girlfriend, I didn't even get out of my pajamas yesterday. I was in my pajamas all day long. Took a couple naps. And when I say a couple naps, you know, like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here. But I am trying, y'all. I'm trying to take a full day on the weekends. Like last weekend, I took Sunday off. I'm trying to take a full day just to do all the things for myself because I've been feeling pretty good besides this week, but you'll see where I'm going with that. I know they're all backwards, y'all, but I mean, isn't that cute? I'll post a picture of what it looks like when it's not backwards, but it really is like an encouraging book. Now, y'all know me, I'm a distresser. So I am just gonna go around my edges, bring in some of that brown that we stenciled with. I always show you things before I distress it too, guys, because, you know, you can stop at any point, obviously. But if you are new to it and you're not sure where you want to stop or what you want to do, it kind of shows you the steps. Right, just a little bit more. I do it with a pretty dry brush. I know, like I said, it's perfect. Just for that, you know, I mean, if somebody wants to write their grocery list in it, I mean, I know it sounds old school to write things down, but like a birthday book, you know, important dates, whatever. And then I always start light and then I go back in heavy because we can do that when we create, see how we like it. And then we'll come over here. Now this side's going to be a little bit different. I may take, let me do a different brush for over here. Hopefully this will work how I want it to. I may, yeah, it's gonna work. I was gonna say, I didn't want to use the thick, but I do want a little distressing over here. I'm just gonna go over it. Y'all, Terry is out cutting mystery boxes. I always forget to announce when they're on sale, but they are on sale through the 10th for pre-order. I just heard the saw. That's what made me think of it. And we are almost, I think we have 10 more orders of cutting boards till we're caught up with the heart cutting boards. So we are on a roll. Okay. All right, so we've just distressed a little bit around there. Y'all, I am, hey Sherry, I like to write things down. I am that person. I still write things down. And y'all, I think the heart needs to go in the center of the book. That's what's gonna happen. Stand by. And we could put like a little bow up in the corner with our Totally Dazzled. I'm trying to get my Totally Dazzled kit here with my glue. Yes, the brushes from Essential Stencil are amazing. If any of my ladies, y'all, I may need to do hot glue. This is a lot deeper than I thought it was. I don't see that happening with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use, think about what glue I want to use on here. We are going to think about that because I don't like to use hot glue, so I may not put the heart on there. I didn't realize it was that deep of a heart. I mean, I like it with the heart, but I want to use some good glue on there. So we're going to set this to the side, let it do all the good things. I am not going to recoat the stenciled words or anything like that. Hang on. Well, you know what? I'm going to use this. Stand by. Okay. Y'all know, hey Angela, y'all know, that I love my canvas panels, like with a passion. So what I want to do, this is an 11 by 14. Somebody always asks me, and I don't know what I did with my ruler, what the inside measures as. I use the thicker ones at Michael's, and y'all, the ones on Amazon are just almost the same quality, but the frames are thinner. I like the thicker frames. So the inside, okay, so the inside is an 11 by 8. So we've got a 14 by 11. So the inside's 11 by 8, okay, which is really almost the same as our rice papers, or A4 rice papers. Did I say that right, guys? A4? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna work on the bunnies. We're gonna do a bunny project now. So let's do. Okay, y'all are gonna have to let me know. Do we want to do the girl today or the boy today? Girl or boy? Oh, but what I was saying, yeah, I got sidetracked. The frames on Amazon are just the same. These are thicker on the inside, which would be the back side, and only get them when they're 40% off, y'all. Make sure you get them when they're 40% off. Don't ever pay, it's gonna be bad. Don't ever pay full price at Michael's, okay? They run sales just like Hobby Lobby all the time, so don't ever wait till it goes on sale, which is almost every other week. Okay, I see one for the boy. So we're gonna get this started, prepped, and ready. I'm gonna use my Valspar Antique and Glaze, guys. I know that you can't buy it. I've shown y'all the last 3 weeks how to get a stain colored look. Very similar, but today we are going to use our Valspar. Girl. I sound like I'm saying, hey girl. Everybody's saying girl. I saw one boy in there. All right, so we are going to this is where we're going to try not to get our mess on us. This is going to be the test. Will I or won't I? That is the test. Everybody's saying girl. Okay. We will do the girl today. You know, it's funny because normally y'all will come back and then everybody will start saying the other thing because they want to see the other thing so bad. But today y'all been pretty consistent with, girl, there's a boy. All right, so I got that on there. All I'm going to do is just wipe. Let's see, we're going to go on the inside. Let's wipe this down real quick. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I love it, Laura. That was hilarious. That is funny. Alright, so just doing the stain on the outside. I'm using a Valspar Antiquing glaze. You could use any type of stain. Unfortunately, the glaze is not made anymore. But y'all know me and y'all been following me for a long time. I'm stocked up on my glaze and I will be using it for hopefully until they bring it back. Because I love this stuff. You're back. Girlfriend, we need to have that bubble wrap together. I hope she's okay. Hope she is okay. Y'all know I fell out of the bed weekend before last, and I am happy to report that all of my bruises, and I mean all of them, I had like 12 of them, all of them are almost healed, which means our surgeries that we did back in December for vein flow is working because none of them turned into a wound. So if you followed me at all last year, every time I got a bruise, it turned into some type of wound care. So we are on the right track on that. You're on your last tub. Oh, my friend. I love my glaze. You know, Maggie, I'm telling you, there are some things that, like, you really get used to and you really love, and then they take it away. And, I mean, it was a good product, and that's how I feel about this. But, you know, I guess I got to embrace the change. It's like I would have loved to have been back in the time when they built like the gingerbread houses all the time. You know what I'm talking about, like with the really ornate fronts of the houses and the windows and all that stuff. But they don't build them anymore. But I would have loved to have been around when those were built. I know that's a way weird comparison, but so maybe they'll come out with something even better is what I'm saying. Yes, Judy, I know. And I think I sent you a picture of those bruises. So yeah, and we're at 2 weeks and they're almost completely gone. So we are on the right track for sure. And y'all, let me tell y'all, so, you know, my cardiologist, I don't qualify for home health care because I work and all the things. And he put in, and we've got a home health agency that's been working with me. Anyway, I needed to get some more compression Velcro wraps custom to me because my other ones I've had like forever and the Velcro doesn't work on them anymore. And he has hooked me up that somebody's actually coming to my work on Monday to do my measurements to get me some new wraps. So I'm super excited. I don't have to take off work. And they'll come up there and do all the measurements and all the good things. So my cardiologist has definitely had my back through all this for sure. He's making things happen that I didn't even know could happen. All right, so then we'll just wipe this and we'll throw that away. I'm gonna grab one more. Girl, it was a year. It was a year, like, with all the, I mean, it was a full year. Y'all know that have been with me. It was a full year of endless battles last year. And we made it through, and I think we're going to take, I wish all of the wood had that really pretty grain on it. Oh, Kimberly, are you a diabetic? I kind of was thinking I was there for a little while, but I'm not. Yeah, I know they've been so supportive, and I actually have a physical therapist that have his phone number, and so like I'll text him if I'm having issues. Guys, I don't care if I get it in there because I'm going to put some raised paper in here. So trust the process. Trust me, it's going to be fine. But I do want the inside of this. I'm telling you, like I said, I didn't even know, like, okay, so my primary doctor is freaking fantabulous is what I was going to say, but fantastic. Love her. But, you know, there's only so many things as a general practitioner that you can do as far as, you know, the surgeries and things like that. So, yeah, he is between her, which I absolutely love her, and my cardiologist, y'all. We are doing good. Let's say kicking ASS and taking names. I can't say that word because Facebook will shut me down. I know. So my only thing I'm trying to do now, Erin, is get the swelling down. It's still coming in waves, but they said it'll take a little bit to really regulate that. And I know this looks like a mess, y'all. Just trust it. But once we get that completely under control, like it'll never go away. Like I've told y'all, I was diagnosed with lymphedema. So, I mean, that's never going to go away, but we're managing the symptoms without medication. So that's always a plus. Okay. We'll just wipe this back again. Hey, Selena, how are you? I told Terry the only thing we got to do now is get my hormones and regulated, and we'll be really good. And I know y'all are probably thinking, man, she's taking a long time on that frame. But like I said, this is an order. We want to do it right. So we're getting in all the nooks and crannies and all the places. Thank you, Heather. All right. I am happy with that. I could use a different brush, but okay, so we're going to lay down some rice paper. One of the reasons I didn't care that it went all the way in some of these places is because we've got a rustic frame and our rice paper is going to be a little bit smaller, just a little, than our frame, okay? Just a tad. So we are going to use this pretty background right here because it's kind of neutral, but I think it's going to look really pretty with the brown. And I've already lost a bunny. Where's my other bunny? And then if we put her on top of it because of the brown, I think it's gonna be cute, y'all. So we'll see. We will see. So let's take our water pen again. Let me find it. I don't see it. I know it didn't run off. Here it is. So I am going to do the frayed edges all the way down on this one. Again, like we did. Now, you know what, y'all? We may do that on this one. Hang on. Seeing if I had my iron. And like I said, guys, this one's going to run a little bit over today because we're still going to use our fine line crackle over it too. So just bear with the process today. And if you can't watch the whole thing, I understand. Just come back and watch the replay. I could have done one project today, but you know what? I'm on my page, guys. I don't have a time restraint of an hour like I do when I do on the business pages. And like I said, I just want to hang out and craft today. I know, right, Ruth? I think it will be too. And guys, since there's more of y'all on here, if y'all used my code yesterday or today or anytime with Essential Stencil, I appreciate it. CRAFTTREASURES, it's 2 words, CRAFTTREASURES. It does save 10% on their already discounted stuff as well. So I appreciate it. I do get a little commission off of it. And every little bit helps, so I can bring you all the fun things that we do right now. You don't have to be anywhere till Thursday. Well, you know, okay, I heard a thing that Facebook will kick you off after like 5 hours. So, but you know what? When I hit 200,000 followers, guys, I am going to do like an all-day craft along giveaway, like all-day thing. We're going to do all the things. We're going to do some furniture. We're going to do decoupage. We're going to do molds. We're going to have a whole day of crafting. Now, saying that, it may be 2 years from now. That's right. The day you don't enjoy crafting is the day that you need to stop, right, y'all? And I do enjoy it. No, Selena, I can lose things. I don't know if you were on the other day. I legit was looking for something that was right here, but off the camera just a little bit. And I'm looking all over. I mean, it was right there. So yeah, you are not the only one. Now guys, I'm doing the frayed edges on this. And I will say, if you have water that gets on the back side of it, all you got to do is dry it with your dryer. I do use a little craft dryer. And this paper has been, it's kind of wrinkled in the middle already because I did not have it in my folder. So I'm thinking I may use the iron method. Pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. Let me grab that real quick, y'all. I don't know if I can reach it. Stand by. We're gonna see. I wasn't gonna use the, right, Tammy. I can just grab the cord. I can pull the rest of it up. I wasn't planning on using my iron, but I think I will because this one's already wrinkled, so I can show y'all how to kind of get that out. Oh, that was a painless process. That could have been really, really bad. Okay. Now, I will tell y'all, sometimes one of the other reasons I'm using this process right now is because sometimes I will not get my Mod Podge completely dry when I go to do my transfers, and I have a problem with my transfers adhering to my rice paper. So in a perfect situation scenario, I would recommend doing your paper, walking away, coming back a couple hours later or the next day, and attaching then. But I think I see my parchment paper, so we'll be good. I got my little iron off of Amazon it's been 5 years ago. I know they are way more expensive than when I got mine 5 years ago. You can use any type of iron, like a regular iron. Just make sure it's on a low setting, and we're going to use parchment paper, not wax paper. Parchment paper all the way. Now, if you're wondering why I'm being so meticulous about my edges, it's because I've got a little bit of that brown, but I want to use as much of my rice paper as I can because we're going to have a big bunny in the center of it. So I want to make sure all that I can shows through. Okay. And so I don't have much water, but you can see like right here, I've got a little bit of the water on the edges. All you'll do, take that heat gun, and you can tell my paper's wrinkled, and just dry it up. Super, super easy. And see now, there's no wet spots on the sides, so you don't have to worry about anything. Oh, how are you, Christy? Anything showing through. Now, 9 times out of 10, we will come through and add a white to our background, but this background is pretty light already, so I am just going to use my, it's on my foot since I moved. Here we go. I'm going to use just the Decoupage medium. Okay, so that would be pretty just like that, y'all. Remember too, when you use your Decoupage papers, you don't always have to do the sayings and all the things. Like you could just do a row of really pretty frames like this with your rice paper and have a cute decor wall. Where did I get the bunny paper? Are you talking about the bunny transfer right here? They are from Essential Stencil. They've been restocked 3 times now, guys. But do exclamation ES and it'll take you to the Essential Stencil page, and then just search their transfers and you'll be good. And then my code CRAFTTREASURES, CRAFTTREASURES, saves at checkout. Okay, guys. So, like I said, we're going to use the iron method. So I am just going to make sure I take a good amount of my Decoupage glue. Again, you can use Mod Podge, whatever you want. I use matte. It dries clear. So I'll put it over the whole entire thing, including my stain, which is really not a stain, but we're going to call it a stain for today's purpose. And I'm just going to really get it in there. Now, since we're working on wood, and I tell people this all the time, the canvas panel isn't as important, but if you had other woods that haven't been treated, I'm going to go both directions because I want my Mod Podge or your pen tart, whatever you're using, I want to make sure it gets in all of the pores, all of the things. So I have got this very well coated. One thing I want to do real quick, guys, I am going to put this there. I am going to move my glaze because I see a disaster about to happen with that. So we're moving that. Give me some more space. Okay, so we've got that on there. We're using, like I said, we're going to use the iron method. So let me grab my parchment paper that's about to fall off the table over here. Hang on. I'm going to get it. I know you can hear it. Got my parchment paper. Parchment paper, not wax paper. And yes, I do reuse it. So we're going to get this dry. And this is also going to help me for my transfer adhesion, guys, because I know this is going to be dry, okay? Whereas if we put it on and then put our other coat on, we may not have those layers dry and it can give us some issues. So like I said, you just want to make sure that it is dry when you use transfers. I say that, you want your stain dry, you want your surface is dry. You never want to use an oil-based surface on your transfers. So you want to make sure it's dry. Same goes for our Mod Podge. Now, even if we use Mod Podge on our transfers to help get a sealing on it, we want it dry. We don't want it wet. We want it dry. So really, it's the same concept for this too. Yes, you can use those as well. I just don't want people to use wax paper. I hate even saying that word because it will cause a mess. I've got one spot right here that I can see is not dry, and that's going to be the center of my bunny, so I am making sure that it's dry. Y'all, I've messed up a transfer before like this, doing it this way. So we're going to try not to do that today. But okay, so now this is going to allow us to move this and decide exactly where we want it, all the good things. I'm going to get my lid on this and move this over to y'all. Okay. So I am going to bring it where do I want to put it? I think I need hang on, a little more right there. Okay. And this is why I like doing the iron method, because you can move your paper all around to get the perfect placement for you. Okay. And then we'll take our parchment paper. Yes, my friend. All right. And then this is going to reactivate it. I'm not sitting on one spot too long. That poor paper sounds horrible. Make sure I get those edges. Guys, wrinkles are out. Hold it the right direction. Wrinkles are out and we are adhered. I love this paper. So we are good. Now, don't let it fool you, and I will tell y'all this. So we've got this dry, we've got it all done, and then we go in and we apply our top coat and we get bubbles again, and we're like, what just happened? I had it smooth. Remember what I said about putting a water-based product on a piece of paper. So that can happen because you've got your water-based product that you're putting back on it. So you may have it rebubble. Don't worry, we can fix it. Okay, now 9 times out of 10, and I'm not going to do it today, but I guess I could. I use Rust-Oleum 2 times clear matte. And that's what I will spray over my rice paper like this, just so I know I don't get any more wrinkles and all the things are good. But we are going to be using our fine line crackles today, so therefore I need to have a top coat over it. So we will be using that. So I am going to go ahead. Y'all said bunny girl. So we are going to use the bunny girl. It does come with the boy bunny too. So we've got the boy bunny as well. And I'm going to flip it over like this. We can throw this away. We can use that for whatever we want. But now I'm going to get my scraper. We are going to hope this works, right, y'all? No, I'm just kidding. Actually, what I'm going to do, because sometimes I do get nervous when I do them like this, I am going to go ahead and just apply a very light coat of Mod Podge, or of my Decoupage medium on there. Just a very light coat, and then I'm going to dry it real quick, just to make sure we don't have any issues. You shouldn't have any issues, but you know, things can happen. I don't know what that was on my brush though. I'm going to switch brushes because I don't want that on there. So I'm showing you the way, if you're nervous, this would be the way you would need to do it, okay? Just to give a little sealer over your paper. And I do have some wrinkles that are back up, but we're gonna apply that heat over it and it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's get that dried really well. Oh, thank you. I would hate to do it the other way and it worked perfectly fine and then have one of y'all do it and it not work and y'all be like, well, Melissa did it that way. Why did mine not work? So I'm going to go ahead and take that extra 3 minutes and do it one of the most steam easy ways, I guess you could say. And it's dry and clear because I use matte. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Liz. I was going to do it the other way, and then I was like, you know, sure enough, somebody won't seal it, and it won't work, and y'all will have wasted a transfer, and I don't want that. So, We are gonna make sure that we are good. Now, as I heated this back up, all of my bubbles and wrinkles went out. I don't know if I put any down here. And I've got a good size bunny. My girl bunny is a little bit bigger than my boy bunny, so. And again, just like we do when we use our paint, we want to make sure it's completely dry. Got one little spot again that's not. Then I'm going to show you a trick real quick. So let's say you do it, you still got a wrinkle. You're like, dang it, I don't want that wrinkle. I don't really care about wrinkles, but let's say you have it. Just take that parchment paper over your dry surface. Must be dry. And just hit it one more time. Okay, and it'll come right out. All right, guys. So now we're gonna take our bunny. We've already taken the back off. And remember, guys, these are available at Essential Stencil. So exclamation ES will take you over there. And my code CRAFTTREASURES does save at checkout. And we are gonna, I want her pretty darn close to the bottom here. I normally don't do this, but I'm doing it today. I'm gonna cut the bottom off. Right up to that adhesion. I normally don't do that, y'all, but I am today. It's not going to go completely down, but it's going to be close. And we are going to lay her down. Okay, where'd I do my? Now I've got, let's see, hang on. I could put her over so her whole, you know what, we're gonna put her off center so we can have her whole flowers on there. So let's just cut. Now, again, if you were not dealing with a frame, it's gonna be much easier, y'all. I just have my frame barrier here. Move her over so her flower gets in there. And okay. And hope I got her straight. If she's not, that's okay. All right. Now, did y'all see how she wanted to stick before I even had her down? So she's gonna be super cute, y'all. Super cute. Okay. So now I'm just gonna burnish it in. And I always leave some of, y'all, I'm gonna turn off my iron because I am so close to burning myself here. Stand by. We're moving that sucker. We're not burning ourselves today. You tried ordering the bunnies and the new bundle. It should work. There should be no issue with that. So I don't know why that wouldn't have worked for you. I always leave a little carrier sheet, guys, because I work in sections. And I can tell I'm gonna have an issue because I didn't put my Mod Podge right there. So bear with me here. We're gonna get it off, I promise. I should have coated the whole thing and I didn't. Dang nabbit. There we go. Sometimes you just have to work at a different angle. I was like, my bunny ear is gonna come off. I promise it will. Just gotta work a different angle. And of course I got like the biggest transfer we could get. I know, right? So we're gonna work on one ear and then we're gonna come down to the other ear. So this is gonna take a little bit longer than y'all have seen me stencil or do my transfers on my other ones because I really gotta make sure that it's down. But this project will be worth it, I promise. I know no burns today. I'm having a hot flash, but that'll go away in a second. Just gotta get that one little piece started. There we go. I'm gonna have a hot flash. I got long sleeve shirts on and I'm having to work now. It's not just painting, y'all. I'm gonna be sweating. Need a tank top on for this project. And after I get done with this one, guys, then I'm gonna have to do the bunny after the live. So y'all, I'm gonna be burning calories and all the things today. But like I said, I do recommend waiting till everything is completely dry, because you may even think it's dry with the paper and it's not. So, but we're not having any issue. I'm just being real careful. Oh, well, she's gonna be cute for sure. You can tell the areas I definitely have the Mod Podge. So, word of advice, I kind of did the space where I thought she was gonna be because I knew I was gonna have to apply more decoupage for our crackle. See, it's coming off just fine. So, I should have done the whole thing and I didn't, but that's okay. I was trying to be quick. Sometimes you don't need to cut corners, especially on projects like this, and I know that. But as a creator, you try to get your projects done so fast because you know that you all have taken time out of your schedule. You're hanging out with us, so we try to get you an end result a little bit faster, and sometimes it really shouldn't be done that way. Y'all, I may lose sound for a minute. Our mail lady is here and I forgot to turn off my ring notifications. I do have my do not disturb on, but my ring notifications, so you may hear her or tell me there's an alert. Yeah. Well, normally I can knock these out pretty quick, but being on here to make sure I get it adhered and stuff is my #1 thing today. It's a little bit different than on wood or canvas. Plus we got all of our little flowers, we got all the things. And I will tell y'all, to fix mine in the past, and I may not be able to get that flower right there, but to fix mine in the past, I have tried it with like the heat iron and all that stuff, guys, and whew, I made a mess because this melted with my iron, even with the parchment paper. I got it on there, it was a truck, and I was like, I'm not losing my truck, because you don't know how I am about my trucks. But I did have a mess. But I got it to work, but I did have a mess. Y'all, I know my nose is running. I'm a mess. But like I said, I wanna do it right. And if it takes a little more time, it takes a little more time. And you know, as I'm looking at her, I'm like, I may not use my fine line crackle because it's kind of really cool how it is. So I don't know, we'll see. We will definitely see here in a second. I feel like that part right there didn't adhere real well, but I think when I put my Mod Podge on the top of it again, it'll be fine. Y'all, I'm making all kinds of noises with my paper. I know that is annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to get that flower down right there. We're going to try. Got those down. You can tell where I had that Mod Podge, or I keep saying Mod Podge, where I had the Decoupage medium because it's going a lot faster. Yeah, I'm assuming that's because of my mail lady. I could hear her truck out there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get that part. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to get that part. It wants to pull up for some reason on that paper because it wasn't coated. So y'all, this is my little trick. We're gonna add a little bit of Mod Podge. We're gonna dry it. And we're gonna lay it back down and see. And it may not work, but it did. It did for the one side. One doesn't want to, but that's okay. We're not gonna focus on that one area that pulled up the paper. We'll fix it. Had a little bit of paper that came up with it, but what I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm gonna take that off so it doesn't rip up any more paper. I'm just gonna put that down and we're good. Right, it is an arm workout for sure. And that's totally my fault because I wasn't thinking how wide the flowers were, and y'all saw me do my Mod Podge all right here in the middle. I should have just coated the whole thing, but I didn't. This one little side's giving me fits now. I'm gonna get it down. There we go. Yay! Break time. No. Y'all know I normally don't take this long on my transfers, so just giving me a little bit of baby fits here and there. It's a good example that you need to have your top coat on there for sure. I'm glad we went and did our top coat, because this one would not have stuck without that top coat. So I'm glad we did that. That would have been a sad day. Yeah, my hands are good. My hands are good. Now, will I be doing the other one today? Maybe not. We may save that one for tomorrow. We got mystery craft box group tomorrow night. See how much butter it sticks for that, where I put the varnish and glue. It's right here. It's blowing on me. We have the heater on, y'all. It got cold last night. She is so cute, y'all. It's worth the effort on this one. But definitely 110% use some type of Mod Podge over your rice paper and make sure it is completely dry before you attempt to put it on. I cannot stress that enough. It's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. 6 Central tomorrow. Terry actually did one yesterday. He did it yesterday. So I'll show y'all his version. Now, one thing we've got to do, I don't care if you put a top coat on it before or not, you're gonna have to put a top coat on after you do your transfer. And the reason for that, guys, is if you have a little bit of your transfer that may not have adhered in some place or something, you want to make sure that it is down. So we are definitely going to put another sealer on top. Turn it this way. I am at the bottom and I cut that bottom, so make sure I get all the bunny down at the bottom and don't accidentally miss some of her. So the only thing that's different about this and the other transfers I've done is that they were on wood with no decoupage background. And we just want to make sure that it is all adhered, that all of our edges and all that stuff's coming off right. This is what I was worried about down here. This is why I always like to do, make sure, get that off. Hang on. I want it to stick. I don't want the goopy part to stick to my board right there. I wish I had my smaller tool too, right in that corner. I gotta make things difficult, y'all. Stand by. Get off there. There we go. Jeez. Jeez Louise, that was not budging. I hope I don't have that same issue. Driving me crazy. So much easier when you don't have all that paper. I don't have anything to really get that corner, and that's what happened over there. Hang on. Let me use my scissors. And get that to release. Yay. So, if you have a corner, because that was my issue, and I didn't have a popsicle stick, so I just took my scissors to get that really burnished in there to that corner. If you didn't have a frame, you wouldn't have this issue, guys. This is the last part that I'm really worried about here. Not worried, but I just want to make sure it does what it needs to do. Okay. Phew. How cute is that, y'all? Worth the effort, right, y'all? How stinking cute did she turn out? All right, so let's go ahead and put the top coat on her real quick. She's so cute. You have the bunnies for a baby shower and you're scared? Don't be scared. Everything can be fixed. All right, guys, so I'm gonna put, ooh, I don't want to put that much on there. I'm gonna put a good coat of our Mod Podge on top. Now, if you get some bubbling on your transfer, do not be alarmed, because this is most likely going to go through that transfer as well. And if you do it this way and you use a resin or something, that resin will go underneath it. So you're going to be fine. So don't freak out if that happens, because like I said, you can have every scenario when you work on a project like this happen. Okay. Let's get that dried clear. And what we're going to do, I'm probably going to go ahead and do the two-step. I'm going to see when I get there. Well, this one is supposed to be for an order, but I may keep her. I don't know. I may keep her a little bit longer. It is from Decoupage Central. I know I have another one. It is number DC 365. I'm going to use the same paper. Yes, you can use spray. Absolutely can use spray. And if you're looking for the paper, guys, just do exclamation DC and it'll take you to the Decoupage Central page. And then, like I said, it's DC 365. And I do recommend, oh, glitter would be pretty. I do recommend, guys, and I'm going to say this as, I don't know, like, I'm not saying you don't know how to do this, but when you work with bigger projects like this, it is going to be a longer process to get it to transfer. You may have some errors, but it's worth it. Just take your time, do all the steps properly in between, and you should be fine. But if you want to start on a smaller project, I do recommend doing that first so you can get the hang of it, because I don't want you to do a larger project like this and have some issues and possibly mess it up and not know how to fix it to get it down. Does that make sense? Give me some hearts if that makes sense. Okay. Like I said, it's a larger project. I work with transfers all the time. So if you're not familiar with them, do a regular pretty wood background and you won't have all the steps and issues and things that we did today. almost got this dry, and then I'll decide if I want to do the next component or not. And I did turn my iron off. I got one little spot that didn't want to. Okay, so I just experimented. I had one little spot in my transfer that wasn't like adhering, and so I just warmed it up and put my finger over it and went over it, and it laid down. So I guess if that happens, I can't say that's ever happened to me before, but it just did. So if it happens, that's how you can fix it. Yes, Maggie, like I said, the key is to let it dry in between coats. 100%. Got one spot that's not dry. Got one little area right here that gave me a little fit. I'm gonna fix that. All that Mod Podge, y'all, and I have one little corner that didn't stick right there. Does that never fail? Does anybody else have that problem with corners? Seal that too. Never fails. All right, so the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my shop towel. It is dry. I take my shop towel and just make sure that everything has a good adhesion. Just kind of, everything looks to be down. Sealed very well, I can tell you that. How cute is she? Oh my goodness. Corners and sides all the time. How cute is he? She's got that matte on her, so she's got a little bit of sheen, but not anything. So now, if we wanted to, guys, and I think I kind of like her like this without it. I was going to use my fine line crackle over it, but I kind of like it just like this with that paper in the background. So I'm going to leave her like this. I'm not going to add, let me make sure. I don't think I'm going to add the fine line crackle. I think I'm just going to leave her like this. I don't know. I kind of want to add it, but okay. I'm going to walk away from it today, y'all. If I decide to use the fine line crackle, I will show y'all if we use the fine line crackle. But I kind of like how it turned out. I want to let everything dry completely in between every step. So before we do the fine line crackle, if we do it. So did she not turn out precious? So all we used, guys, was the wood canvas panel. We flipped it around. We used a brown stain paint with water. We used a decoupage paper, rice paper for the background, and then we used our transfer over the top. Y'all, so cute. And like I said, if you're gonna do this method, make sure to try it on a smaller surface so you get the hang of it, because it may give you some issues because you're putting a transfer on top of paper. And then we did this little book at the beginning, which I'm going to put a heart right here. I may do a bigger heart right here. We're going to put a heart right here. And we've got our book with our words, guys. So how cute would that be for like a little girl's room? Okay, so I'm going to back this up even further. Okay, so let's say you have a birthday party or something and you want to give this like to the parent for the child, or for someone that may be journaling, young age, like that set even goes darling together. That's the point I'm trying to make there with that. Yeah, it is, it's matte, so it's got a little bit of shine on it, but it's not super glossy. But I've done a lot of coats, so yeah, it's gonna have that on there. All right, guys, that is all I have for y'all. I will most likely do one more coat maybe over this. I can still feel it. It's a little bit wet, but if y'all have any questions, let me know. Drop them down in the comments below. I'm gonna pick somebody for a Dollar Tree frame, guys. Let me get y'all over here. I almost forgot. If you're on replay, hashtag replay, and we will pick someone from the replay as well. Y'all, that's a cute little set. Okay. Y'all, you know when you get like that idea, that light bulb moment when you're like, oh my gosh, that would be like really cute together. So cute. And you could even like put the thing in here and then have a bow on it where it gives, anyway, I'm off tangent there. Yes, so cute. I still got some more bunnies I want to do too, y'all. But I can't stress enough, if you're going to do a project like this, to do a test, because you may have some areas that will not want to come up like I did down here, and I had to work with it to get it to adhere, okay? So, Kathy Noble, you are today's, what happened to my comments? You are today's winner on the live for a Dollar Tree frame. The set of the square and the oval. I don't have them here with me. So send me a PM with your address, Kathy, and I will get that out to you probably Tuesday. So thank you for your time, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you have any questions, and like I said, I can't stress, if you do a project like this, let it dry in between your coats. Let all of the things have the proper amount of time so it will turn out good, especially if you're using a big project, a big transfer like we did today. So, okay, guys, let me know if you have any questions. I will see y'all over here Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and Central for another fun decoupage project, guys. Y'all be blessed. Have a great week. I love y'all. Bye.